Okay, well thank you very much for coming in today. It was great to be able to observe Abby and to do lots of focus work with her as well. And it was fantastic because I really felt like I got to know her, and that's really, really important. So I watched Abby over three or four different periods and did various observations with her. And here are some of the things that I found about Abby. I found that she was really quite interested in imaginative play, loved imaginative play, and she also really enjoys just being with her friends, and she's got a fantastic concentration span, and she's also incredibly imaginative. She thinks of fantastic storylines, so I see that as a real strength, a real strength with her, which was wonderful to see. So really creative and great within friend groups, with her peers as well. She also, the one thing that I did find with her is that she sometimes, even though she enjoys and really enjoys coming to group times, large group times, she can find a couple of the big groups, particularly when she's standing up and talking in front of people, she can find them quite daunting. So from what I observed with Abby, is those are the two areas that I really wanted to focus on, and it would be great to get your input as well as to what you feel. Do you feel that that is rather a reasonably good outline of Abby and of her strengths and maybe the few challenges that she may well have?
Yeah, how assertive is she in these situations?
She certainly was when she was looking, and she was doing some imaginative play. She was quite assertive with the children then, right. But again, we found that sometimes with her confidence in her group, that we needed to build some skills up there.
Right. Does she listen to her friends?
Yes, she does. Yep, she's really good at listening to friends. She's really good at cooperating and listening to them, suggesting ideas. And really making sure that she's really enjoying and being part of the role, but also leading the story as well sometimes into the way that she wants it to go.
Okay.
So what I decided to do is to focus on those two areas when it came to doing some observations of her. And as you can see here, we've got two areas that I decided to focus on. One was the imaginative and one was the speaking out in front of a group, so I thought I'd focus on some really strong areas and then an area where she needed a little bit of extra help and support. So did a couple of observations, and the most important one that I found was during her, one was a learning story about her imagination, and another one was an event sample where I actually asked her and I think we can see pictures of her here that I've got of Abby talking out in front of the group when she brought home the class toy, and you took photos of Abby throughout the day, what she was doing. Yep. And when I first asked Abby to stand up in front of the group, when the teacher first asked Abby to stand up in front of the group, she was a bit nervous.
Right, I was going to say, how did she react? Yeah.
She was a little bit nervous. However, once I looked at the book, took the book and actually took the attention away from Abby and put it onto the book and the pictures and the fantastic photos that you had actually sent in, she relaxed a little bit more, and she was much. She would ask some questions. And she would talk a little bit, but the main thing is that she wanted that focus to be away from her, and then she started to feel a bit more confident. So that was really, really good to see. And thank you so much for providing all these pictures and about where the class toy had been, because it is really important that we work together, and I'm sure you're aware of the Early Years Learning Framework. that we've discussed a few times at different parent evenings, and it's to sort of say that it's really important that parents and teachers work together, and that we do respect that you are the child's first educators, and so your input in any of these activities are really, really important.
Okay. Okay.